Welcome back, you guys. Today we're going to be working on a Glock 17, and this is a Gen 3 model. Let me quickly take you through the process of exactly what we're going to do, so as it unfolds, you have a better understanding of what you're viewing. So, the customer reached out to me and said, hey, can you do 3 step downs on the sides, very similar to like a dish, but they would basically start from the top and work their way all the way to the bottom. I don't want it colored, I don't want anything major done, just I want that stuff shaved off. So I think the idea behind it is they're going to use either some kind of a filler material here in these zones or a grip tape of some sort, but that's basically what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be running a slanted pattern in here. We're going to shave this all down. Same depth as the bottom of this. So basically we're going to be removing the factory serrations. The deal behind that is we don't want to go super deep, because if we do, we'll end up running into issues where it's going to hit the where the frame slides onto the slide. We don't want to have any issues there where it comes together. So we're only going to come down to that same depth to shave that off. We're going to shave this off and lose our wording, shave this off and lose our Glock and 17. That's going to remain the same. On this side, we're going to match it. So we're going to shave this, shave here, and then on the very top we're also going to be doing a design right here, and that's pretty much it for this slide. We're not going to be doing any coloring. We're just going to do some sandblasting in these zones. They're going to handle the coloring aspect of this project, but either way I think it's kind of cool, something I haven't done before. I've seen several of these online. I think it's one of those competition run and gun kind of designs where it's a functionality based thing for what they're after. So real cool overall. So guys, let's jump into it. Let's get you guys over to the Tormach 770. Let's go ahead and get these sides done and that top done. A little bit of sandblasting. We're going to bring it back. Alright guys, let's do a real quick review. Now once again, this was a customer supplied design. So if you happen to having something that you'd like to see done, something that you have a vision, feel free to reach out to me. Let me know exactly what you have and we'll see what we can come up with. But let's take a look and see how it came out. So I think that this is going to work extremely well for the grip tape or the texture that's going to go on here. We have some nice distance down. You can kind of see that here if we can get you to focus. You can see some nice distance down. So we came down enough to not hit what would be the channel, but we did come down enough to remove all the text and the existing serrations. Now, let me explain this just a little bit better so you have a better understanding of why we're still seeing some lines here. You can't feel these lines, okay? So one of the deals is that when you cut on Glock rear sections, and if you look on a lot of pictures online, you'll still see these. You can shave these down and shave these down and shave this down all day with a Dremel, but until you get to a certain thickness, you won't actually remove the line. Now here's why. As this slide is sitting in some kind of a jig or on some kind of an assembly line, it comes through and this is pressed. Okay, so the serial number is pressed along with a lot of their other stuff, and so are the rear serrations. So as this big press comes down and pushes these in while the metal's still hot, what that does is it causes those lines to have compressions underneath them. So as you shave them off, the material underneath is still compressed. So the theory behind this is that this is the way that if a firearm is removed of a serial number, it can still be retrieved. So what would end up happening is they would end up using a special powder that would go on this, okay? And then they would electrically charge this or magnetically charge this, and then the powder would stick to the zone of where the compression zone is, okay? Because it's gonna stick there because it's got a different density. So it's a really weird concept overall, but that's exactly how it works and why it works. So had we removed and removed and removed, we would have gotten out of that compression zone of where it was, and we probably wouldn't have had those lines. Now, the issue is that we can only cut so deep because we have our rails here where it goes onto the frame, okay? So where this slides together here, I'm working behind the camera, so bear with me, is we can only go so deep, or otherwise we're gonna have issues with that there. So we don't wanna cause any issues. So we're not gonna go that deep. You grip tape that, you do some kind of a texturized pattern, or you Cerakote that, you'll never see those lines. But that's why if you look online on a lot of the pictures where people have shaved these, you're gonna see those lines because they're not going deep enough to remove those. Quite honestly, there's really just no reason to do it. So overall, I'm very pleased with the way it came out. It's a very nifty design, as I would call it, something unique to the market, something I just haven't done before. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. We have a gun show coming up on the 5th and 6th of next month, okay? So if you're local to me in North Carolina, feel free to reach out to us. We're gonna be at the show. I don't know where we're gonna be at the show as far as in the building goes just yet, but we will be set up at the show. We will be answering questions. We will be demonstrating and showing off a lot of the slides, a lot of the projects you've seen here. If it's something that I've called out in the video and said, this is mine, or this is a home gun, or this is a shotgun, that's us. Okay, so basically you're going to see those out on the table. We're going to see a lot of Glocks, some M&Ps, and some handful of a couple other things, but those are the primary ones that you're going to see because I'm more of a Glock and an M&P guy than the other brands and models that are out on the market. So that's one of the deals that you're going to see a lot of those, but it gives you an opportunity to come out, ask those questions, see the work firsthand, pick up the guns, feel them, take a look at the quality, take a look at the Cerakote, figure out if you do want to send your barrel off to KNBlasting.com or not. I've got a lot of barrels that will be out at the show that you'll actually be able to see his work firsthand. So there's an opportunity to answer some of those questions without maybe even asking some of those questions. You can just come out and take a look, and it's a great opportunity. So guys, let's show you a little bit more about what we've been working on. So we've been sampling out some coloring on some stuff. So I've got a couple of different things that I've been sampling out here. Really cool. Now, of course, we're underneath the fluorescent light, so we're getting a different tone here overall. And the main thing about it is I'm still learning. Okay, so I haven't had this laser very long, only since Good Friday. So the deal behind it is that I still have a long way ahead of me to go to catch up to where I was with my old laser. My old laser, I knew everything, the ins, the outs. You can do this speed, you can do this kind of setting, and you'll get this result. So at the end of the day, we have to kind of start over. We got to kind of learn that again, and it can be a difficult or a challenge overall. So we're just kind of working through that. But this is some of the progress that I've been making, so that's pretty cool. Blue barrel. So this is actually lasered right onto the barrel itself. Okay, so it's not a spray coating, or it's not some kind of Cerakote or tin coating based. You're not using a blowtorch and heating it up. It's an odd process in the way in which it works. It uses certain settings inside of the laser end up drawing the color to the surface, much like you would get with heat and titanium. So that's the easy one. So you heat up titanium and it brings it to the surface. The only difference is that we do this on a micro level. So what that means is we're using a beam only in a specific area to draw the color. So we can change colors throughout the entire pattern. So we can actually do 33 different colors between here and here if we wanted to. It's not, unlike it we'd use with something like a torch, it heats up the whole zone. You start getting overflow where the edges over here may become a different color. You may not get some uniformity across it. So you're seeing some issues here that we don't have 100% uniformity, and that's not because of the laser. It's because I'm having some difficulties on neural patterns getting it to lay exactly flat. So the distance is the same here as it is here, as it is here from here. So we're not rotated this way, we're not rotated this way. So there's just a lot going on there. I'm still learning that, making some new jigs and things like that, but it's very cool overall. I'm very pleased with it. I can see that this will change the market substantially because I don't think anyone else is offering it. So it's going to be an opportunity for me to maybe hopefully pave the way into something that the market hasn't seen. So very, very cool there. So guys, if you're following us over on Instagram, stay tuned. We've got a couple other things that we're going to be posting like this. And if you're not following us, go over there and subscribe. Like us on there. Follow us along there. Follow us on our Facebook account. You're going to find out the dates. We haven't posted the date for the Raleigh show yet, but It'll be posted here in just the next couple of weeks. Probably about a week or two out, we'll post that and let everybody know that we're going to be out at the rally show. But you guys that are watchers get to know first. There's a lot of people here in North Carolina that follow me. There's a lot of people that show up at the shows that ask those questions. So I try to give you guys the heads up to book your calendar to let you know that we will be out there Saturday and Sunday, so you can come out there and ask those questions and you know, figure out what you want to do. Very, very cool opportunity. But if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, then you're missing out, because we have almost 100 videos with different content. So put out different content all the time. It's not the same thing over and over. It just seems to be a different project almost every time I do something. So I would call that traditional custom gunsmithing instead of what people call custom by just assembling parts into a gun, because they, you know, handpick those parts. You know, I guess I can understand where people are coming from, because they're building their firearm to their liking, but at the end of the day, customization on what I can offer is slightly different than just assembly. So very cool. It gives you an opportunity to do some stuff that maybe you haven't seen before. Maybe you don't know anybody else that even offers it or works with individuals. A lot of these companies only work with big partnerships. They want people to buy 100 slides or 500 slides at a time. That's just not how I work. You know, I don't care whether it's a small project or a big project. More than likely, we'll probably figure it out and we'll move forward with your project. So real cool opportunity. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like the video if you happen to just like the content as it unfolds. So guys, always feel free to reach out to me at the webpage, NCEngravers.com. There is a contacts tab. Feel free to fill that form out, send it over to me. Let me know what project you have, and I'll get you a quote turned back out, get you a time frame. We'll figure out exactly how to move forward with your project. Guys, have a good one.